It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That, of course, is Metal Church, Badlands. And, Chris.
Yes?
I sent you over some emails this week with some photographs.
You did, man. And I know I had asked for those personally, and I did not thank you for those enough. Those were fucking awesome.
My sister and her significant other are traveling out in the upper...
Now, wait a minute. You always talk about your sister, and you never talk really about your sister. Your sister's a hottie.
Well, she's my sister, but I can't sit there and go, God damn, my sister is a hottie.
I can. God damn, your sister's a hottie.
Okay.
Your sister... Remember those photos she sent me when I was in Chicago?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your sister's a fucking hottie, dude.
Well, again, she's my sister. So
how old is your sister?
40.
Yeah, I'd bang that.
Well, she and her significant other,
I wouldn't bang that,
are traveling.
Yeah, how is that they're just, what are they doing? They're just going out and seeing the world?
Yeah, they're basically vacationing. They're doing a road trip.
Sure.
And they went through the Badlands this week.
They did.
And they went to Mount Rushmore, and she sent me a bunch of photos, which you personally requested some.
I did, and those photos were awesome, although I was expecting an Obama fucking carve-out.
Which I made very clear there was none.
I can't believe that Obama has not carved his fucking faggot fucking face into those fucking mountains.
Come on, dude. That rock is white. He would not fit in there.
You know what? Even if it was a fucking black mountain, that fucker wouldn't fit in there.
Well, the strange thing is that Mount Rushmore is carved into the Black Hills, but yet the rock is white.
Where would Obama fit? What place would Obama fit to be?
He would fit right about Roosevelt's cock. That's where he would fit.
I'm thinking
he would be the pubic hair on Roosevelt if they also carved in a silhouette of his torso.
Don't you think that Obama would be a fucking perfect carve out on the fucking end run of a 400-pound guy at the end of a fucking pork rib festival?
Well, I'm just thinking
that filled up the bowl.
I'm just thinking that if they carved out the torsos of the president,
yeah,
he would be the pubic hair on Roosevelt's cock.
Where would you carve out Michelle Obama?
She would be the pubic hair on Lincoln's cock because her hair is more nappy.
She'd be the fucking wig on Chewbacca's head.
Well, she would be
Chewbacca.
She would be the pubic hair on Lincoln's cock.
Dude, I love the fact that everybody is calling her Wookiee now.
Yeah, she's a Wookiee.
She is a total Wookiee.
She's a fucking Wookiee.
Nappy bitch.
Every time I think about that background music that they play on the movie Clerks. What a Wookiee! Yeah,
no shit.
You know, they always play that background music on the movie Clerks.
They sure do.
And then when they're talking about Star Wars and stuff, about the Death Star and stuff, there's a background music singing, "What a Wookiee!" That's her.
It really is her.
No, but she's Chewbacca. She's got the Chewbacca teeth.
And she's got the Chewbacca mustache.
Yes, she does.
She's a fucking beast.
Look at that. Look at that in the chat room.
Look here. Wow.
That's the other side of Mount Rushmore. That's so funny.
That's good.
All right, hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Good day, the boys.
Hello, Mr. Tom. Somehow I knew it was you, but glad to have you.
I learned to keep my mouth shut while you boys are still talking.
I always have you potted down, Tom. I knew you might be tempted to chime in, but welcome to the show,
I had
Tom.
to chime a little bit. You're talking about Obama and her Ewok wife.
Well, you made your point clear last week as to, we need to move out of this country and come up to Canada and hang out with you and Motorhead and just be part of your commune up there.
We don't even got a bar no more. Motorhead fucking sold it out from under us, the motherfucker.
He did. He sold his house?
Yeah, sold it out.
So where do you party?
We're doing our last show this weekend from the barn.
This is it. This is the last show from the barn.
The last one from the barn. We'll get a new location, hopefully drag more motherfuckers into the clan.
So what are you going to do with all the wood chippers?
We'll figure something out. It's Canada, there's plenty of cheese to chop.
Well, what the hell happened to Motorhead's wife? Is she still there, or did he?
I'm not sure what's going on there. They just sold it out. I didn't realize they were even selling. I don't get brought into this loop. I'm not exactly the most fiscal managing type of bastard.
Can't believe
you
that.
You spend it when you got it, and you leave it all on the whore's chest.
Wow. So no more barn after this week, huh?
No, this is the last one from the barn.
Holy shit. And Chris and I were looking forward to coming up there and partying in the barn.
Wow, we'll get a new one. The real estate market keeps moving up here, so you got to make a little bit of profit when you can.
Right.
I'm pissing shit all over that place. You boys don't really want to be there. We'll get a new one, cleaner, more socially acceptable. That barn was pretty wore out.
Right. So Tom, what's your thoughts about fucking Michelle Obama?
I don't know if she's a fucking Wookiee, but she's definitely a fucking Ewok.
She's an Ewok? Nice.
I'd at least give her a little bit of a patent anyway. I would never pat a Wookiee, but I'll pat an Ewok.
All right.
Guarantee she's still got a little bit of bush down there that needs a little stroking every now and then.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Tom. You're kind of known as a real cocksman up there in Canada. Would you bang Michelle Obama if you had the opportunity?
Yeah, I'd make her call me daddy if she had the chance.
You wouldn't make her call you master?
No.
Would you make her
I'll leave it for old Norris. He seems to be the black fucking racist bastard. I'm trying to tone her down a bit nowadays. We got too many brownies around here. They fucking keep thinking I want to kill them all.
So Tom, because I don't understand Canadian culture, is Barack Obama a brownie?
Well, he is black as a black can be. That or a terrorist, one of the two. We really haven't made up our mind if he's a coon doggy dog or if he's fucking Osama bin Laden's little brother.
So what would you do to a coon doggy dog?
Most of the time, not too much. We got a few of them around here now. They're just trying to earn a living. As long as they don't fucking piss in my parade, I don't gotta knock their fucking teeth out.
Well, Tom, now that the barn has been sold, what do you think the plan will be for Motorhead and yourself for Saturday nights, until you get relocated?
The plan will still be to listen to CMS, but we'll have to figure it out. We may just set up a fucking little Portwright trailer park trash situation, a couple trailers, a little alcove. We still own land up here, so we can set up something somewhere for us.
So, Tom, I don't understand. So, Motorhead obviously sold his place. So, what's he moving into? A fucking...
well, he's getting a nice little city house. I think they bought a condo. It's really not that cool, but Motorhead still owns some land way outside of town. We'll go out there instead. The fucking police can't come when the girls are screaming that way.
Nice.
I know the movies make it sound like the RCMP go right up on their horse anywhere, but when you're 20 minutes out of town, they're not coming when you're screaming for help.
But isn't that a real telltale sign that he's really becoming upper middle class?
Nah, he's just sick of fixing up a fucking dive.
Okay.
He's got a nice house and it's all big and shit, but there's a whole lot of upkeep that comes with that shit.
Right. Are you upset
Like,
about
fuck,
this?
I'm so not about... I live in a basement with some 65-year-old bitch living above me. So, fuck, there's no upkeep there. You can't pay the rent. You just got to do the deed, lick a little bit of that pruny prune.
Tom, are you upset about this move?
It pissed me off a week ago when I found out. He let me know last Sunday. I was a little mad, but what do you do? I don't own the shit.
Yeah.
I can hardly even register a vehicle in this country saying I'm illegal.
But wait a minute, Tom. You spend more time there than probably anybody else. You should fucking have some say, shouldn't you?
Well, I should, but again, illegal. Nobody will say anything. I want to say I gotta go back to Scotland, and they're just a fucking atheistic country. It's still run by England, them fuckers.
Well, Tom, let me ask you something. Motorhead is married, right?
Well, more or less.
More or less?
There's no ring on it, but yeah, he's married.
All right. Well, most wives don't approve of their husband's friends. Now, do you...
No, she don't approve of me, but what's she going to do? I've known Motorhead since we were both about 15.
Right. Well, but regardless, does she have a problem with you? Because Chris's former wife had a problem with me, and I don't even know what that was all about.
Oh, she's got problems. But those problems only fall on her because I don't give a shit. That's the big difference. It ain't a problem unless you make it a problem.
Right, but
and fuck her and her brown sugar having ass. She can't have none of what I got, and she just don't agree with my way of thinking.
Well,
she's what we call up here matey, and she thinks she has benefits. And we're just somebody, and they're trying to make shit up, and it really don't matter.
Right. Well, you know, I've had a couple of friends, Chris being one of them, and another friend that's a mutual friend of Chris and I. They were both married at some time, but their significant other, i.e. their wives, had a problem with me being friends with them because I was a single guy. Now, do you run into that with that?
You always run into that problem. But the main difference with me or you, Neil, is I don't care if there's a problem.
Well, I don't care either, but it was a problem.
No, but it sounds like...
But it was a problem.
Either you did or the other person did. And if they got a problem either way, I'll just slap them upside the cheeks.
Yeah, but it caused a problem for my friends, though.
Yeah, I don't care if I cause problems for Motorhead. Fuck him. He's my best friend. What's he going to do about it? I'll just fucking knock him out and then take him to the bar and it's all good again.
Right.
We're Canadian. If you can't figure it out over a couple of Canadian beers, then really you're not friends.
You should have learned that, Chris.
I know.
If you can't, like, fuck, honest, me and Motorhead, we've fucking swung down on each other probably 30 times in the 10, 20 years I've known him. But it all comes down in the end, either one of us buys a bottle and the problems all go away.
It's kind of like you and your pal John, Chris.
Pretty much.
What do you eat?
Well, that's man shit. Men always have problems with men, but if it comes down to the fact you can drink some drinks together and not want to kill each other, you're still fucking friends. It was just a situation.
Sure.
And most of those situations were brought up by a piece of vagina.
Right. Exactly.
Tom, you know everything that's going on, don't you?
Yeah, well, I haven't even been listening to hear most of the show tonight. I've been curled up in the back of my old Dodge pickup with the topper on it, smelling a little fine kitty.
Why were you in the back?
I missed most of your show tonight, boys.
Why were you in the back of that shot of that Dodge?
Pardon?
Why were you in the back of that Dodge?
Well, I was nailing that little goth bitch from Saskatoon. She actually come down to see me.
Wow.
Nice.
Well, obviously that pussy's pretty, pretty tasty. So,
wow.
This has been going on for close to 2 months now, Tom.
It's been about 4 weeks since I seen her. She got bored and came up to me. The other blokes in the city, they weren't giving her to her good enough like us dudes down here.
All right, so wait a minute, Tom. And this is me because I'm a dating guy. Yeah. How do you not have jealousy when other guys are fucking your chick?
It's not my chick. She's just a bitch that I put my dink in.
Yeah, but still.
That's what they all are. In the end, they're really just bitches you put your cock in.
But isn't that
And if they squeal while you're doing it, all the more power to you. And if you did it way better, they're going to come back to you.
Tom, is that not one that you want to put your dick in?
She's cute enough that I want to, but you can't let them know that you want to. You gotta let them test the market.
She doesn't know that she's just coming down hoping that you'll fuck her?
I didn't tell her to come down now, did I, brother?
I don't know.
You can't never let them think that you need it or want it. You know all these shows, they show the prick dude always getting a bum?
Yeah.
That's the way it literally works in real life.
All right.
The less interest you show, the more interest they have.
So if you ignore them, Tom, they want you more.
Well, you're not even ignoring. You got to be a little rude about it. And just like the last time I went down, I was all into it. Don't get me wrong, I was ready for it. And that was 3-4 weeks ago. She rocked my world. And at the end of it, she asked me how it was. I said, I've had better. She got offended. I got told to go home. Bonus of the situation, I got to go home. No call from her. 3 weeks later now, she's calling up. I'd really like to see her. Well, she tested the waters and knows my third note is rubbing her clit so good she don't want nothing else.
So wait a minute, Tom. So you basically told her to go and fuck a bunch of other dudes, and then she came back to you anyway because you fucked her better.
That's the name of the game, right? The man who can poke the best poke always wins. I think you're understanding. My logic is, if you want to win the battle, you got to put out the best fight. Let them see the other fight, the other meat on the market. Like, I ain't got a big pecker, but I use my pecker to my advantage.
So it's not how big your pencil is, it's how you write your name, right, Tom?
No, most of the bitches I nail, they all squirt.
They squirt?
Well, if you can't make them squirt, they ain't worth fucking nailing now, are they, boys?
Well, I got to be honest with you, Tom. I've had a lot of chicks in my life. I don't think I've ever had a squirter, not even
I've
once.
only had one.
One?
One in like 200 chicks.
See, we're around the same number there, Chris, but about 150 squirt.
150
You gotta use your fingers to your advantage.
Tom.
Straight up and to the left when you're in there, and they got that hard nibbler, and just a little over to the left. Keep rubbing hard like you're trying to tear through the stomach.
Let's cut to the chase here. What is it that you're doing that's making them squirt?
It's a 2-finger cul-de-sac trick.
Oh, wait a minute, Tom, because I am as good as anybody at fucking digging my fucking finger up into a chick and fucking finding that fucking G-spot and fucking working that shit like
you're not rubbing it hard enough. You're being gentle with that shit, boy. You gotta beat it up.
Gotta beat it up. Wow.
Literally, you gotta put pressure on it till you think that you're hurting them. While pushing down on their tummy.
I have absolutely not only fucking hit her goddamn G-spot with my fucking middle finger, but at the same time been licking her clit to where she was fucking ready to fucking die. But she never fucking squirted.
Well, you're just picking the wrong ones then. If they think they're peeing, they're going to squirt. That's all I can say. They'll tell you to quit, they got to pee. And it ain't pee.
I'm not saying it's gay. I'm saying that I work pussy like nobody's business, and I can't get them to squirt, man. I've had
honestly, if you're rubbing the right spot, you don't need no clitoral stimulation. You're just overdoing the situation.
Tom, I'm not denying that what you're saying is right, but I'm saying I have never experienced that.
Never? Honestly,
one time I've made a girl squirt in my entire life, and it was fucking taking my fucking middle finger, finding the G-spot, like, you fucking put it in the pussy.
You gotta get right up there, the cervix.
Hold on, Tom, hold on. You put the fucking, tell me if I'm wrong here. You take your finger, you jam it in her pussy, and then you do that hook thing, and you reach right up kind of above, where your fucking finger went in and you fucking worked that spot at the same time as licking her fucking clit. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I never waste my time on the clit. If you're hitting the spot, you'll know it.
But Tom, I've been told by the chick that I'm hitting the spot.
Well, then you're hitting the spot, but you're wasting your time on the clitoral. You're just burning up calories you don't need to be burning.
So if I'm hitting the clit with my finger, explain this to me. I'm hitting the clit with my finger, and
I've only ever done it with two. You can't do it with just one. They need that double friction
to go with it. What am I missing?
I don't know. Okay, you insert said dual fingers into the puss.
Yes.
And then you feel the hard nub, and you go left from the hard nub.
Okay.
You can't miss the nub. Every girl's got it. You all of a sudden get in there, and it just feels like a little bit of a nubby wall. You go left from there, and you grind fucking dirty hard.
Reach past the fucking...
Pass it. Just pass it into the left.
That lip underneath. I know what you're talking about.
Okay. And you just but you gotta push the tummy down. If you're not pushing the tummy into your fingers, they won't do the squirt. They'll just come hard.
So you're saying push their stomach down at the same time that you're reaching underneath.
You think if you're doing it right, you think you're hurting them.
Neely, are you aware of this?
No, I wasn't aware of it, but I'm following Tom.
It's a two-finger cul-de-sac trick.
Yeah, I'm following Tom's instructions here. So basically, you got to place your hand on their stomach. And
you push it so you can feel your stomach.
And well, hold on, Tom. Explain this to me because I want to be good at this. You put one hand on their stomach and you push a little bit. At the same time, you stick.
You actually feel your fingers rubbing your hand through the tummy.
Hold on, Tom. So you got one hand on their stomach. You take two fingers in them and you curve up and you reach up top, like around the fucking pussy lips.
Well, like you're way past that. You're a good 2-3 inches inside them when you get to that nub.
But that's right
There's
inside.
There's a hard nub in them. All the girls got the nubs. If you don't go past the nub, you ain't doing it right.
But what I'm saying is that nub is right inside. If you put your fingers inside and hook your fucking fingers.
Yeah, a little to the left.
A little to the left. Okay. I'm with you with this so far.
Okay. Now when you're rubbing that upper wall of their vagina.
Hold on, Tom. But you're saying the combination of rubbing that spot and pushing on her belly is what causes her to squirt?
It's because you get enough friction. You don't get enough friction if you don't push on the tummy. You should be able to feel your fingers rubbing your own hand through their tummy.
No shit, I've never done this.
I'm telling you, you'll think you're hurting them. If you don't think you're hurting them, you're doing it wrong.
I am going to try this.
I have tried to teach so many dudes. Half of them are like, no, I think I hurt my old leg. I can't do it. The other half of fucking I got a pussy shower.
See, Tom, I'm not gonna lie. I've literally had 100 girls tell me I'm hitting the G spot.
Yeah, you probably are, but they won't squirt without the pressure.
But they won't squirt
without the pressure. They need the pressure.
All right.
Angel of Death. Tom's gonna rip someone's cunt open.
Ooh.
It doesn't work that way. It sounds like you're going to, and it almost feels like you're going to, but you don't. It works out in the end, brothers. When they're left in a puddle of their own juices in your bed and in a fucking fetal position, you know you did the right thing. And then they come back for more. You know you definitely did the right thing.
Well, I think I'm gonna trust Angel of Death, Tom, and I'm gonna let her teach me how to do it.
I'd let her teach me too.
I'd let her teach you too.
Well, Tom,
honest, the girls who know how to squirt, they'll teach you better than some dude who just makes them squirt it.
Right. Well, I'm going to take your word for it, Tom, and I'm going to say that you are a man's man. I'll tell you.
Well, next week we'll call you from a new location.
Well, I feel sad.
It's going to be as cool as a motherfucking barn.
Well, I feel sad that there's no more CMS in the barn.
Well, we'll figure something out. If I got to buy a chunk of land or make Motorhead buy me a chunk of land, we'll build a little shack out there.
Well, damn that Motorhead. Now I'm pissed too, Tom.
You have to do what invested in his pocketbook.
Well, it still doesn't make it right that he lost the barn and the CMS in the barn, because that was a tradition.
We'll get a bigger, better barn. It's all the Canadian dream, bigger, better things, right?
Well, make sure there's 4 wood chippers in there instead of 3.
And make sure you're willing to beat up some rubbies.
We'll move a little further away from the city next time. There'll be no fucking rubies. No, over the fucking joint. I work with 5 rubies. They don't even know how to fucking work. They only show up on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, miss every Monday and Friday.
Well,
they
those
fucking
are prayer
still
days.
got a job.
Aren't those prayer days?
Well, Indians don't really have gods. You know, it's sunny, they got a god. It rains, they got a god. It snows, they got a god. They made a kill, it's got a god. Smoke some crack, they got a god. They got gods for everything, them fucking rubbies up here.
The fucking dirty fucking rubbing fucks.
Fucking hey, brother.
Do they have a god?
What you had to drink tonight there, Chris? You sound almost more pinned up than me.
I'm really drunk, I ain't gonna lie. I've drank 3 bottles of pre-mixed Jose Cuervo margaritas. And a 12
We gotta drink together someday then if you're drinking that type of crap.
I like that stuff, but it's that and a 12er of beer.
All right, well, you got more ounces in you than I do anyway.
I've been trying to drink
We're drinking Costco vodka tonight.
No Costco.
Costco.
They don't sell vodka down there?
No, they sell it down here too, but I
Fuck,
love
it's
the
as good as Grey
Cuervo.
Goose.
I love the margarita mix, man.
Yeah? You get that fucking Kirkland vodka from the Costco, it's as good as Grey Goose up here for about a third of the price.
No shit. I'm all about the Paramount.
Yeah?
Paramount's good.
There.
It's cheap as fuck.
Yeah. I don't think we necessarily get that one up here. Nice. We don't even get pops up here, boy.
Well, Chris is either celebrating or mourning a landmark in his life.
No, there's definitely celebration, no mourning.
Hey, them college kids buy any booze then?
The college kids bought some books, but I am definitely celebrating 2 years without that cunt in my world.
Yeah, it's always good to know you ain't got a cunt tying you down.
And my God, 2 years without a cunt in my world. It's a fucking good day.
Good day, brother.
That's right.
Now you just need to get the tight vads wrapped around it and then no problems.
Well, that might happen tomorrow too, but it ain't happening tonight.
Well, it's all good.
That's right. I don't mind driving.
They all can't be me screwing in the back of an old 84 Dodge pickup with an air mat in the back. She thinks that's classy.
Classy.
Hey, I told you, she's cute. She's not very bright, though.
She's cute, but not bright.
No, not at all. Honestly, if you're from the Scot, you don't attract the bright ones.
But you don't want to.
Oh, messed up human being.
You don't want the smart ones, do you, Tom?
Pardon?
You don't want the smart ones either, do you?
No, they see right through my bullshit.
That's right.
When they start asking too much questions, you run.
Tom, you're my kind of guy.
Drink of that cigarette. Well, boys, I'll let you go tonight, and I'll just say blue job, because hand jobs are for girls.
All right, Tom, well, we'll catch you from a new location next week.
Peace.
All right, see you, Tom.
Violence.